Hi everybody, it's Lisa, Twyla's mom, and I am here today with a somewhat of a test video. Yeah, this is a test. I've been trying to think of different video ideals that I could share with you guys each week. And I did think of one that I think I'm going to go ahead and do. You guys leave me your comments down below and let me know if you think this is something that might pique our interest. Yeah. So, this is going to be kind of like a Who Knew video. That's the title of this book, Who Knew. This book is by Bruce Lubin and Jeanne Lubin. Right there they are. I am sure you could probably find a copy of this somewhere on the internet. I found my copy at the thrift store for free. Yeah, about every month or so they purge their books, and because people donate a lot of books. So I picked up this copy at my thrift store for free. And I've had it for probably about 2 years now, and I've skimmed through it and things like that. And most of the tips that they give, or the Who Knew 10,001 Easy Solutions to Everyday Problems, I already knew. So I thought I might go through, a few here and there and see if you guys already knew. Yeah. So I think the title of this video series is Who Knew? So for the first one today, it is going to be about this subject right here, stuck gum. Right there. Yeah, and it reads, to remove gum stuck on fabrics, warm a cup of vinegar in the microwave. Dip an old toothbrush in the gum and brush the gum until it comes out. It saved my husband's shorts. Have you guys ever done that? Have you ever had gum stuck to like a shirt, a pair of jeans? You know how one of those kids is going to forget that piece of gum in the laundry, and it's going to go through the washer. Then it's going to be put in the dryer where it gets hot and sticky and everything else. It's going to stick all over the clothing. Then it's going to stick all over the drum of your dryer. Yeah. I have never used vinegar, but I will tell you what I have used. Hairspray. One of my sons did leave gum in his pants pocket. Got all over his jeans. Got all over the drum of my dryer, which was a nightmare because you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm going to put the next load in this dryer, and the process starts all over. But this time it's going to be on my clothes, not his, mine. So I got a hairspray. I first ran the empty cycle. Got the dryer nice and warm. I didn't run a whole cycle. I just ran it long enough to get it warm. Then I took just a cloth, a cleaning cloth, and kind of got it wet. Sprayed hairspray on it, got it kind of damp, and just started scrubbing. And it took it right off. Vinegar could probably do the same thing. The problem with the hairspray, you got to be careful. You got to make sure that stuff is dry on the drum of that dryer before you gotta clean it, right? You take off the gum with the scraper, the hairspray, the rag, then you'll wash that drum off, because hairspray is highly flammable. So yeah, you gotta do that. But the hairspray worked great on his clothes as well. I sprayed it on his clothes, got my scraper and scraped it right off his clothes. So that was what I did for it. I did not use the vinegar. No, I didn't. I'm not saying it won't work. And this is not a video that I'm going to be trying these tips either. I'm not going to do that. I'm just putting them out there for us. Yeah, I want to know if you guys have heard of this tip, because this is who knew. I want to know if you've heard about it, and tell me what if you heard about it, did you do it? Yeah, and did it work? Yeah. So I'm trying to find the most obscure who knew tip that we can discuss. Yeah. And to me that was kind of, I've never heard of the vinegar. Never have. And I probably wouldn't do it because, yeah. Couldn't that work on warm soapy water too? I mean, does the vinegar have some sort of ingredient that's going to help unstick this gum? Yeah, I need to know. Okay, we will do one more. We'll stick to the vinegar subject. This one here. Removing fish scales. Removing fish scales. If you're gutsy enough to scale your own fish, make it easier by rubbing it with vinegar 5 minutes before scaling. Okay. I don't understand how that could work. I could be wrong. Like I said, I'm not going to try this out. I'm not going to go out and catch fish, especially one with scales where I'm going to have to descale it. And I'm not calling these people liars. By no means am I calling these people liars. I just want to know if you guys knew it, because this is a who knew. Yeah, I just want to know if you guys knew it. If you tried it, tell me down below. Now, I don't know. My dad fished, and he still does. He fished. He still does. He caught fish with scales, fish without. And this may sound a little gross, and some of you that you may not want to hear it. So if you don't want to hear it, just go ahead and pause or move forward in the video, or just go ahead and shut down. But he would skin it. He would skin the fish, scales or none. He would just take skin all the way off. Kind of like how you would skin a chicken. Some people leave the skin on a chicken, some people don't. He would take the skin off. So if there was any scales, it just came off with the skin. Yeah. He never descaled because we didn't eat fish with skin on it. If I had told him about this, when the last time I saw him skinning a fish, he probably would have been like, what? Just take it all off. He'd probably been like, that's a waste of time, Lisa. You know, I mean, you don't want to eat the skin. You're not going to eat the skin. Now, some people do eat skin on their fish. You know, you see people baking salmon and things like that, and they leave the skin on. We don't. We never have. And even when we did have something like salmon or something, you know, with skin on it that you just bake and everything, we didn't eat the skin. We just kind of like scraped it off the skin of the fish. Yeah. So let me know, have you guys heard of this? Because this is a who knew. Have you guys heard of doing this? Like if you bought fresh fish and it came with the scales on it, have you heard about using the vinegar to see if it would, you know, get rid of the scales? Yeah. So, what do you think about that? Should we discuss down below about these two who knew things? I don't know if we should call them tips. Who knew solutions? That's what we'll call them. Who knew solutions? And so that's our first week here. We're discussing vinegar for the stuck gum. Have you tried it? Have you heard of this easy solution? Yeah, let me know down below if you've heard of this. And then the removing of fish scales. Have you heard of doing it this way? Is it something you're willing to try? Yeah. No, I'm not, because to me that's, yeah. Maybe the stuck gum. Maybe the stuck gum I would be willing to try. Because that one, for one thing, if it got on the drum of my dryer, of course that don't mention things like that. It's just talking about fabric. It's just talking about fabric. So yeah, I'd be willing to try that if I ever get gum stuck on a pair of jeans, on a shirt, something like that. I think I would be willing to try that method. Because it's no more time consuming than using hairspray. It's no more time consuming than freezing. I've heard of freezing an article of clothing to get stuck gum off. It's no more time consuming than that. So yeah, I would be willing to do that. But the removing of fish scales, I don't think I ever would. For one thing, would the vinegar get soaked into the fish and give a taste to your fish? Would it taste like the vinegar? You know? I don't think I'd even bother to try that. Yeah, I don't think I would. Because it's still going to make a mess, for one thing. When you scrape those scales off, you're still going to have them going everywhere. Don't matter if you've got vinegar on them or not. They're still going to go everywhere. I would be worried mostly, though, that the vinegar would soak into the meat and give it an off taste. You know, one I don't want. So I would never try that one. Plus, 5 minutes rubbing the scales for 5 minutes. Do you go the direction of the scales, or do you go the direction away from them? You know, it don't tell you that in this little who knew tip. It don't tell you that. It don't tell you which direction to go. Because if you're going backwards, you're already setting the process of descaling by going backwards. And if you're going the direction of the fish scales, it's like the vinegar is just kind of sitting there, soaking in. And you're wasting 5 minutes when you could have already had this fish half scaled. So this is one I will never use. Did not know about it. So yeah, I did not know. So anyway, let me know down below if you would like for me to start a new video series on this book, The Who Knew 10,001 Easy Solutions to Everyday Problems. Is this a problem that we all have, trying to figure out how to descale our fish? No, that's not a problem I have. The gum. The gum, yes, that is a problem that we probably all have dealt with. Whether it was our children who caused it, our husbands who caused it, or ourselves. I have forgotten gum in the pocket of my jeans before. But it stayed in the pocket, so eventually it just went away. Like a year later, I no longer had the gum in the pocket. But that is a who knew thing that I have experienced. The descaling of fish, no, I never have experienced that one. But yeah, let me know if you guys are interested in this series, because I think it could be. I've never actually read the book. I've just kind of, flipped through it, when I was bored or something, just kind of looked down and, oh, didn't know that. Oh, I did know that. Oh, I'd never do that. Just thought to myself that way. So let me know. And maybe every week or every other week, we could take like 2 little solutions and see if we would actually do them, or if we would just be like, no, I'm not doing that. Or yes, I have heard of that, and yes, it does work. So let me know down below if this interests you. I'm interested in knowing how many of you have heard of that vinegar with gum, or the vinegar used on fish. How many of you have heard of it? How many of you are willing to try it? And how many of you just think it's bogus? I ain't doing it. The gum one, okay, yeah, I'm willing to try that one. The fish, no, it's bogus. I ain't trying that. So let me know down below, okay, everybody? All right, don't forget to subscribe, give a thumbs up, and leave me that comment. You know I love to hear from each and every one of you. Bye.